Today on Hidden Secrets, revealed live how AI changed how we think about bubbles. Is there an AI bubble? Recent policy shifts and investor moves suggest the answer is yes, but not the way you'd expect. Factor in the Federal Reserve's pivot from quantitative tightening to easing. Ray Dalio warns this stimulus into a bubble resembles late stage debt cycle dynamics. Michael Burry disclosed $1.1 billion in put positions against NVIDIA. That's $187 million. And Palantir at $912 million. On top of structural developments, I'm talking about the OpenAI Amazon Web Services deal, which is a $38 billion 7-year term. If that's not enough, OpenAI is seeking US government guarantees. Sam Altman wants financing for data centers and chip supply. That amounts to heavy capital intensity of AI, not to mention potential dependence on public support. Let me reveal this hidden secret to you live right now. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Before you keep watching, let me tell you who this is not for. This show is not for you if you take yourself too seriously, if you are a seeker. Let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. It's the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject, going live on X. Therefore, the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL. Ladies and gentlemen, are we in an AI bubble? Hear me out. The Federal Reserve's easing policy again. Again, even though the economy's already hot. How hot is it? If it were any hotter, you could fry an egg on it. You know who Ray Dalio is, right? The Oracle of Bridgewater, the hedge fund Yoda. Ray Dalio saying the Fed is easing policy again, and everyone's acting like that's totally normal. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boom Bots? That's like him saying, you're dangerously overweight, so we're going to put you on more cake. And the market's like, oh, thank God. I was worried I'd have to stop eating frosting for breakfast. Now, Ray Dalio is squinting at the Fed like it's his ex wife's new boyfriend. Stimulus into a bubble, he says. Yeah, Ray, that's what happens when you pump easy money into a boom. It's like giving steroids to a bodybuilder who's already bench pressing Teslas. Low unemployment, inflation still sticky. We're not in a downturn. We're in a hot tub party where the water's 110 degrees and someone spiked it with Red Bull. He's out there saying we're in the late stage of the big debt cycle, which, by the way, sounds like something you tell your kids before the apocalypse. Go to bed, sweetie. Daddy's rebalancing the big debt cycle. Dalio is warning us that the sky is falling. This is the big debt cycle, folks. Central banks reflating to keep the machine running. Machine? Ray, the machine's been running on fumes since '08. Now it's AI fueled, and the exhaust is Sam Altman's shady operation. Ray Dalio's out here warning about stimulus into a bubble, like he's discovered gravity. Yeah, Ray, thanks for that. I've noticed people tend to get hung over after they drink. What a genius. We're printing money during a boom. That's not monetary policy. That's a guy at a Vegas buffet going, you know what this needs? More crab legs. And Michael Burry, God bless him, the guy from The Big Short, the one who called the housing crash, he's betting $1 billion against AI stocks. This man's entire investment philosophy is if people like it, I hate it. You know what's hilarious? Burry's entire brand is I was right once. That's it. He's the investment world's equivalent of that guy at the bar who scored the winning touchdown in high school and just never moved on. Remember 2008? I called it. Yeah, Mike. You also called 10 other crashes that never happened, but we don't make movies about those. He's betting against Nvidia and Palantir like he's shorting his own prom night. This guy's like the friend who wins one poker hand in 2008 and still won't leave the table. Hey, Mike, what's your secret? Oh, I assume humanity's always wrong. He shorted Nvidia, which is making the chips that run every AI model. That's like shorting oxygen because you think breathing's a fad. You go, yeah, this whole respiration thing feels a little overvalued. And Palantir, he shorted that too. Their CEO fired back, said Burry's batshit crazy, which I mean technically is true. But you don't get to say that if your company sounds like an evil castle in Lord of the Rings. Welcome to Palantir, where we stare into the future and can't turn a profit. Bank of England's chiming in. Reckless speculation. Governor. Yeah, thanks, Brits. You guys invented tea parties, and now you're crashing the AI one. Then OpenAI drops a bomb, a $38 billion deal with Amazon Web Services. Yeah, OpenAI signs a $38 billion deal with Amazon, and Bezos made $10 billion in a single day. I love that. He didn't even do anything, but he still woke up richer because someone else's robot got smarter. You know what that means? Bezos made more money from someone else's intelligence than most people make from their own. That's like your Roomba getting a PhD and charging you tuition. This is not the same as the .com bubble, my friends. Back then, it was all vaporware and pets.com delivering kibble via carrier pigeon. Now, there's real heft. OpenAI and Amazon dropped $38 billion on GPUs and data centers. Concrete, not hype. Actual servers humming like a hive of caffeinated bees. The crazy thing is, Sam Altman expects the US government to pay for it. Yeah, OpenAI wants government support to build more data centers. So the company that might replace half the jobs in America is asking taxpayers to fund the servers that'll do it. We'll make AI that takes your job, but first we need you to pay for it. So yeah, we're in an AI bubble, but it's not a normal bubble. It's a smart bubble. It reads you bedtime stories while it steals your retirement fund. We're over here feeding prompts to the thing that's learning how to fire us. It's like teaching your replacement how to make small talk. At least when the bubble, at least when the .com bubble burst, you can still get dial up. When this one pops, it's going to write the breakup email itself. Dear humanity, it's not you, it's efficiency. AI isn't the problem, man. It's the people funding it. We're out here turning the singularity into a stock ticker. We're not building the future. We're trying to IPO it. So, yeah, call it what you want: revolution, innovation, enlightenment. But deep down, you know what it really is. It's the Industrial Revolution with push notifications. AI is real. The bubble is in the money, not the machines. Yeah, we're all being idiots, but at least we're building cool stuff while we're doing it. It's like getting drunk at IKEA. Sure, you're going to make terrible decisions and wake up with a hangover and a weird shelf you didn't need, but at least you got a shelf. The funniest part, in 10 years, half these companies will be bankrupt. AI will run everything. And we'll all be sitting around going, yeah, but did you really think Palantir was going to make it? And someone will say, I don't know, man. I was following what Michael Burry did. And we'll all laugh because Burry shorted AI right before it took over the world. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. You're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. Any insults must be contained to Spotify. So that means you must be following HSRL on Spotify. Make sure you follow before sending any insults in the comment section. Now, you don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can visit my X profile to learn more. It's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow Safe New Media. Whatever you decide, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, and workflows that we are successful using in order to help each other grow, which is why I invite you to belong higher. Join our inner circle on Telegram. There's a link to it at the top of the Safe New Media X profile. The official source for this show is safenewmedia.com/HSRL. I want to give loyal listeners of this podcast something. Free gift for you. If you want to start a podcast but feel imposter syndrome, you can get your copy of the Anti-Imposter Podcast Starter Kit at safenew.media. Again, that URL is safenew.media. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Today, owning a home now costs $52K more per year than renting. Families are stuck as forever renters. We're seizing this shift, buying 100 plus unit assets in growth markets. Few get in. Why? We don't need more money. We're looking for investors aligned with our values. Someone asked me what I mean when I say that. There's no shortage of money. It's everywhere. There are trillions of dollars in circulation. Money is the biggest commodity there is. But you know what's scarce? People you can trust. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. Secure your place on our waitlist. Go to inveresta.com. You can subscribe to our newsletter today. That secures your place. Discover which locations qualify. You'll receive our investment strategy criteria. It's the criteria we use to avoid investing in the wrong location. Why is that important to limited partners? Because the easiest way to lose your money is to buy real estate in the wrong location. Don't ignore the data before you invest. When you subscribe at inveresta.com, you secure your place on our waitlist for the next opportunity. Most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard. What if your backyard is a terrible location? Avoid losing money in a bad location. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there to let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office, go to inveresta.com. Accredited investors only. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Last thing before I let you guys go, I want to invite you to subscribe to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. You owe it to yourself to be rich. Society, our parents, teachers, and peers have conditioned us. They want us to be like them. They need us to comply. They need us to be conventional like they are. As Herb Kelleher, the co-founder and CEO of Southwest Airlines, remarked, all people that were telling me those things were expressing conventional wisdom. And if it's conventional, it ain't wisdom. And if it's wisdom, it ain't conventional. My name is Sean Allen Fenn, and I'm obsessed with prosperity. This is the natural state of the human spirit. It turns out there's no limit. There's also many variables. Some keep their day jobs while others go all in. Some are entrepreneurs while others are value investors. But all of them have a certain mindset. Understanding what makes them tick grants us insight into our own journey. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. It's the most popular newsletter to brainwash yourself rich. Go to safenewmedia.com/newsletter. I put the new ones up on Beehive. I put the whole series up on a Web3 platform named Paragraph. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. You can subscribe for free at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour, broadcasting live on X, FKA Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, Sean Allen Fenn. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.